Sup YouTube, Blaze here, and it's been a month since NTE has graced us with its release, so today I want to talk about the game itself, my gripes with it, and give you a little bit of an account update as well. So let's start with my thoughts on the game so far after playing it for a month. All in all, if you're looking for your first gacha game to sink your teeth into, NTE is probably one of the best choices out there currently. There is no way this game dies or anything of the sort for many years to come probably, and so far, judging from 1.1, the devs are keen on delivering some good fun and are capable of listening to the player base as well. Me personally, I feel quite positive about the game. It's a solid 7 right now with the potential to be maybe even a grade 8, I think. The setting is fun, for one, and leaves massive amounts of creative freedom for the devs to just go wild, which is, I think, very important for these games. And judging from the 1.1 preview we watched earlier this week, the devs are definitely having fun with the game, which is great. The graphics are stellar, the soundtrack completely bangs at times, there's a good range of activities, there's housing, the character designs are... The combat is fine, it won't exactly blow you away or anything, but it's fun enough. And when you get a team to really start to flow, it can feel quite great. The range of interactions with the playable characters is absolutely crazy, from hanging around at home to going on dates to just chilling around the city. I'm sure certain group of people are gonna absolutely love these features. Personally, I mostly enjoyed the little character events that pop up around the city. Those are always fun. The game has been also fairly generous so far with its pulls, also no 50-50s on character banners, which by itself is a huge plus. Another crazy feature is when you get a dupe, you can actually choose which buff to apply to your character, which is absolutely crazy in the gacha space, by the way. Also, all of the 5-star standard arcs are completely free, which is absolutely unheard of. Although I do have to say, the featured arc banners for new characters, those are quite stingy. Overall, you will probably have fun playing this game for one reason or another. All that said, I still have more than a few gripes with the game as well. For example, the story right now is definitely on the weaker side. Hell, we basically got like 3 main story missions, excluding the prologue, and they established very little in my opinion. This could be an intentional way to tell the story, slow start with the appraiser settling into his role at Avon, but even then I felt like there was not much of it. And despite the general top-notch quality of all the animation, cutscenes, music and boss fights, the mission themselves had major pacing issues which made them feel like a complete slog at certain points. Of course, there were also the spin-offs, which sometimes was just straight up better than the main story quests. We all know what I'm talking about here. I don't think I need to dive into Tagaro's date versus the Infinity Castle debate anymore. It has been beaten to death at this point. These spin-offs are also a nice way to get to know some of the other characters better. It's definitely something that some other games are lacking. For example, Arcane's Enfield, where we interacted with like 1/10 of the entire cast so far. So yeah, I enjoy spin-offs. Continuing with the gripes though, the grind for sure is one of them. This game is definitely one of the more grindier gachas. It really wants you to sink time into it, almost like it's trying to force you to ditch all the other games. Sure, the dailies themselves might not take super long, but then you add the city stamina on top of it, and then you add hitting the heist font cap. And suddenly you got your hands full, and it's not like you can just dinge the font grind either because of how centered the game is around fonts. Character progression is grindy as hell too, gearing is quite a mess, not gonna lie. Materials are extremely scarce right now, and frankly, yeah, people will say, that's every gacha during its first couple of patches, which is true, you are right, but even if you look beyond that, it's not great. Gearing for one is a crazy RNG fest, it feels like. Not only do you have to grind good cartridge set, then you have to gamble for a ton of good Tetris pieces, and while those don't require energy spending, it's still a fuck ton of RNG on top of RNG on top of another RNG, and yeah, I don't look forward to min-maxing my teams in this game, not gonna lie. And yeah, seeing directly what stats you can roll is great, but they knew exactly why they're adding that to the game, considering how much RNG is layered on top of each other. Having to upgrade these pieces just for them to turn out shit would be a crazy resource sink. Character materials are mostly fine except those that exclusively drop from anomalies. Whose grand idea was that exactly? Like, I hate that from the bottom of my heart. As a working member of society, not only do I not have the time to run around the city like an idiot tracking anomalies, it's not even remotely fun either. Gives me PTSD from Vuva running around killing mobs to grind echo pieces. Let's be real, the only reason this is in the game at all is to sell people on battle passes, cause they give a ton of material selection boxes, but even with those, the economy is not great with these. Once you start crafting higher tier materials, they disappear into the ether. The rest of my issues are only minor things like some minigames being unresponsive, which is getting solved, I think they mentioned. Racing being just a clunky shitfest with absolutely no physics, and some minor bugs here and there. And that's about it for my thoughts on the game, I think. I'll definitely keep it in my arsenal for now. I might even sub it out for Enfield if that game doesn't get its shit together finally, cause not gonna lie, keeping up with 4 gachas and 3 of them being open world, shit's rough. Anyway, onto the account update, baby. So currently we are halfway to level 45. It definitely is an XP jump, goddamn. Didn't expect it to be this bad, but I guess it makes sense as 45 seems to be where some of the stages unlock their highest tier of rewards. So whatever, we'll get there. Tycoon level is currently at 28, and yeah, you can feel the slowdown here as well. But I cannot wait to get my Chiz awakening to level 3 because that's where she becomes an absolute fucking demon. Right after the phase 2 of the patch dropping, I managed to pull Hathor from the standard banner as well as Hotori and her weapon. So I immediately got into building my Chiz team and upgrading my Nanali team with Hotori. And since we hit a level 40 in the meanwhile, I've been consistently upgrading both my teams, but holy hell, as I mentioned, the materials are scarce. So right now I'm only prioritizing main DPS characters like Nanali and Hotori and Chiz, while leaving the supports at level 50 as they are not as significant. Honestly, like, I do have plenty of energy refills, but I don't want to waste them on lower tier stages, and that never feels like a good idea. But since we got our 2 teams now, I completely breezed through beyond the rails without really breaking a sweat. Honestly, in the last stage, I figured out Chiz is just so fucking broken by herself that slapping the 50% damage increase solo buff on her is much better than just having her in a team at all. And since we have cleared the baby mode, I've been progressing Prime Circuit now as well. I am up to stage 5 and I'll probably push it as far as I can at some point before the reset, but I'm just being lazy right now, so I'm just slowly upgrading everyone. Now it's time for the rapid fire section. I grinded out all of the racing stages. Fuck racing. Here is what I wrote at the end of the grind. We maxed out our cafe, finished all of the owner selection stages, went fishing with Nanali. Oh my god, Fadia, take me with you. Helped an old man grieve. Summoned an ice age during summer. Raised another old man in a park. Stoned the witch. Studied with Mint. I wish Nanali could actually do this in-game, Hodo please. Had a wine date with Hotori. Got a copy of Sayori. Yay. I finally fought the damn whale. We bought an even bigger crib and moved our 2 mummies into it. And lastly, we became a roadside escort. The highlight this time being Lacrimosa's spin-off. I definitely dreaded this quest because of this simple objective. Look at Tagido's message. Anyway, personally, I'm sorry to say I'm not too into Lacrimosa's character. The whole tomato sleepy girl thing got old extremely quickly for me and left me mostly rolling my eyes by the end of the quest. The whole quest definitely was leaning more into comedy, but the internet rumors spawning an anomaly is kind of interesting actually. Also, there being a meme anomaly department is wild, but it makes so much sense if you think about it, and I kind of love that it's a part of the game and like its lore. The cinematics and animations were top notch as usual, but the boss fight was this time around a bit mid, and nothing to write home about. It was nice getting to try out Lacrimosa again though. Tagedo getting banned of Bagel was the only good Tagedo scene in the entire game. And lastly, the quest length felt appropriate at last. Like, it didn't drag on, it wasn't too long, it wasn't too short, it was just about right for me. And with that, I'll wrap this video up. Hope you enjoyed our little yapping session. And if you did, make sure to leave a like and maybe subscribe, please. I don't want to beg. Begging is kind of crazy. But if you didn't, make sure to dislike and tell me what I did wrong as well. I don't mind the criticism. And lastly, leave a comment down below what your opinion is on the game so far. I'm curious to always hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, see you next time.